Tonight's guest speaker is very special to our campus. He received both his bachelor's and master's degrees in industrial engineering from the University of Missouri at Columbia and spent 6 years as an engineer in the steel industry, and over 25 years in brewing operations and senior corporate management at Anheuser-Busch before his retirement in 2003. Additionally, he spent 9 years in the Air Force Reserve, where he served as a medic and later as a bioenvironmental engineer. He resigned his commission as captain in 1981. We are very fortunate to have him join our company in 2003, and he served in our Career Services Department through 2009, first as one of our Career Services Specialists and later as our Director of Career Services. Currently, he teaches construction management and project management as one of our adjunct instructors. Additionally, he's an adjunct professor for the School of Engineering at Southern Illinois University at Edwardsville, and for the master's program in the School of Business at Missouri Baptist University. He and his wife Marilyn also own and operate a promotional products business, and if that wasn't enough, he also serves on a variety of boards in the St. Louis area, including the St. Louis Society for the Physically Disabled, Hand in Hand Crisis Pregnancy Center, and Jeffco Subcontracting, a sheltered workshop for the mentally challenged. You know, it wears me out just reading his bio. Without further ado, please welcome Mr. Ted Luers.
Well, I'm delighted to be here tonight. I really am. In fact, some of these individuals I've already seen in class, so correct. I have a couple of props that I brought this evening. I'm going to show you. I had to put my cheaters on. Wanted to start out by anybody. First of all, let me ask: does anybody recognize this? Huh? Okay. Anybody? Yeah. Anybody? If I take it out of this, would that help? How many of you recognize what this is? It's a slide rule. Yeah, believe it or not, you actually perform calculations on this. This was before the calculator. All right. Now, this was my first calculator in college. Okay. It cost $30. All right. Now that doesn't sound like a whole lot of money. All right. However, let me give you the perspective. All right. It still works. It's got 4 functions on it, but no memory. All right. $30. Now, you have to understand that I was making, as a teaching assistant, my senior year in college, I was making $220 a month. $30 a month, that's all I paid for room and board. So this $30 was a whole month of room and board at Mrs. C's boarding house. So this is how technology has changed since 1971. Graduates, parents, family, friends, ITT faculty and staff, I have to tell you, this is truly an honor to be here speaking to you this evening. Now, this is a night for you graduates, and I know for family, that you've been looking forward to for a long, long, long time. Graduates, family, and friends, you should be extremely proud. These times, they are changing. We are living in a period of virtual constant transition. And what works now really becomes antiquated in virtually a heartbeat. The population of this old earth is approximately 6 billion people and is expected to double in the next 5 decades, 50 years. This growing mass of humanity is armed with a very real source of change, and you're right in the middle of it, graduates. That's technology. Our old systems, or it's predicted that from the year 2000 to the year 2015, there will be as much technological change as in the entire 20th century. And what about knowledge or information? Well, according to the book Information Anxiety, the amount of information that is available to us doubles every 5 years. Our children and our children's children are guaranteed more change and at a faster pace than we can ever even imagine. And change is ruthless. When it comes to organizations with non-adaptive cultures in which you will all work, it nukes them. I'm sure that what we could name at least 5 companies, all of us could name at least 5 companies to which this has happened. in the recent past. Our old systems and cultures could cope with change when change wasn't moving so fast. We were given room for recovery. The world of competition was more forgiving. But listen, those days are gone, and they are gone forever. Radical shifts in behavior are a must. Change is a steamroller that cannot be ignored. We must face reality and do what works. And you will. Believe me, you will. When change begins to take place, the most common reaction for you guys will be proceed with extreme caution. If you as a leader, and you will all be leaders, slow down personally, or you slow down the people that you ultimately will lead, there's a feeling of safety. Carelessness actually gets dangerous when it creates a culture of caution. The organization begins to grind down, momentum slows, and problems ultimately arise and they flourish. A hurry-up offense with no huddles needs to become business as usual, the normal style, and once again, you will operate in that normal style. As a leader, and many of you will be leaders, you will need to pull out, one of the things I want to say on that, yeah, you're going to be leaders. Even if you don't lead a group, you're going to be leading yourself. Or you will be leading an organization from your actions, which Dave talked about. But you're going to need to pull out all the stops to keep the organization accelerating, to create a culture with quicker reflexes. Trash those bureaucratic policies and practices, especially those that sap productivity. You as a leader will need to change and lead the charge in breaking down barriers between work groups, eliminate silos, so communication flows unimpeded within your organization. The culture counts on you as a leader, and you will be a leader, to give it a sense of urgency. Change is scary and can rattle one's nerves, almost in some cases producing panic. When change shakes your organization, you as a leader will need to hold your course. You're going to need to maintain your level-headedness in virtually all situations surrounding the change. Stay focused, as Dave said, and concentrated on what counts most. Remain in control while creating an atmosphere of steadfastness under fire. Nobody, and I mean nobody, has all the answers on what to do during periods of rapid change. You can't wait for guidance from some mystical guru of change. The days of depending on others for assignments are gone, long gone. There is a torrential shift toward a culture of initiative and independence means that you as a leader must figure out what the organization needs. You then need to provide that vision to your people and ultimately and collectively move on it. Now, as companies operate leaner and meaner, which I know you've all heard, and most are, every individual must become and make themselves more self-sufficient. No one is going to take the time and effort to spoon feed you. You don't have to have all the answers. Once again, Dave said that. And I can plain guarantee you that you won't. Just show some initiative and inspire your individuals that you will lead to have answers and to come up with answers. And I'm going to tell you, you're going to be amazed at the progress. Lead, follow, or get the heck out of the way. Do something. Get started. You as a leader need to avoid the organization bogging down in analysis paralysis. You can literally analyze a given situation to death. In fact, overanalysis can be a great way to keep from changing. I quote Price Pritchett, who's PhD, when he says, weigh the facts, consider your options, get organized, calculate the best plan of attack, then take forever to debug the plan. Trouble is a moving target, giving you little time to take aim. By the time you come up with a perfect plan, the problems will have moved on you, and probably will have grown bigger.